House of Shadows in the heart of St. Francisville, Louisiana, stands a grand old southern mansion. Its white columns rise above moss-draped oak trees, its porches stretch wide across the landscape, and its beauty is undeniable. But behind this beauty is a dark past. The house is called the Myrtles Plantation, and it is often called America's most haunted home. Legends say at least 10 murders and countless deaths have taken place within its walls. Guests and staff claim to see ghostly figures in mirrors, to hear footsteps when no one is there, and to feel unseen hands brush against their skin in the night. One spirit is said to appear more than any other, the ghost of a woman named Chloe, a figure forever tied to the house's most tragic story. This is the chilling history, and the paranormal mystery, of the Myrtles Plantation. The history of the plantation. The story of the Myrtles begins in 1796, when it was built by General David Bradford, a wealthy man who fled from Pennsylvania after being involved in the Whiskey Rebellion. Bradford named the house Laurel Grove, and it soon became a thriving plantation. Over the years, it changed owners many times, with each family adding their own chapters of joy, sorrow, and tragedy. Life on the plantation was beautiful on the surface, but filled with hardship and pain, especially for the enslaved people who lived and worked there. Their suffering, many believe, left deep spiritual scars on the land itself. The legend of Chloe. The most famous ghost story tied to the plantation is the tale of Chloe, a young enslaved woman. According to legend, Chloe was forced into a relationship with her master. Fearing she might be cast out, she secretly listened to private conversations by hiding near doors and windows. One day, she was caught eavesdropping. As punishment, her ear was cut off. After this, she began wearing a green turban to cover the wound. Desperate to win back favor, Chloe is said to have baked a birthday cake for the family. But she poisoned it, intending only to make them sick, so she could nurse them back to health and prove her worth. Instead, the poison killed the master's wife and 2 of his children. When the truth was discovered, Chloe was hanged by other enslaved workers, her body thrown into the Mississippi River. Her spirit, many say, never left. The hauntings begin ever since Chloe's death. Guests and residents have claimed to see her spirit wandering the halls. She is often described as a woman in a green turban, silently moving through rooms or standing near beds at night. But Chloe is not alone. Mirrors in the house are said to hold the trapped souls of those who died there. Visitors often report seeing handprints appear in the glass, or the faint outline of faces staring back at them. Children's laughter is sometimes heard in empty hallways. Guests wake to the sound of footsteps pacing the floors above them, even when the rooms are unoccupied. And countless photographs taken at the plantation show shadowy figures standing where no one was present. The murders and tragedies. While Chloe's story is the most famous, the plantation is filled with other tragedies. One of the most chilling events was the murder of William Winter, who lived at the house in the 1800s. Winter was shot on the porch by a stranger. Wounded, he staggered inside and began climbing the stairs. He reached the 17th step before collapsing and dying. To this day, visitors report hearing heavy footsteps climbing the staircase, stopping suddenly at the 17th step. There are also reports of a young girl in a long dress who roams the grounds, said to be one of the children who died after Chloe's poisoning. Paranormal investigations. Over the years, the Myrtles Plantation has attracted countless paranormal investigators, journalists, and curious visitors. Psychics claim the land is thick with spiritual energy, that it holds the pain of the enslaved and the violence of the past. Guests staying overnight often wake to the sound of whispers in their ears. Some feel their blankets pulled from their beds. Others have left in the middle of the night, too terrified to stay. One of the most famous photographs taken at the plantation shows a shadowy woman standing between 2 buildings, a figure many believe to be Chloe. Skepticism and theories, of course. Not everyone believes. Historians argue that Chloe's story has little documented evidence. Some suggest it was a legend invented to entertain tourists. Skeptics claim the strange sounds are simply the creaks of an old house, the shadows just tricks of light. And yet, with so many independent witnesses, from visitors, employees, and ghost hunters, the Myrtles remains one of the most frequently reported haunted locations in America. A house that never sleeps. What makes the Myrtles Plantation so chilling is not just the stories, but the overwhelming number of experiences. This is not a single ghost or one tragic death. It is a house layered with generations of sorrow, betrayal, violence, and fear. From the mysterious handprints on mirrors to the ghostly footsteps on the stairs, to the silent figure of Chloe in her green turban. The house seems alive with memories of the dead. Even skeptics who arrive confident and unafraid often leave with an uneasy feeling, as though something inside the Myrtles is still watching, still listening. The final question: the Myrtles Plantation stands today as a museum and historic site. Tourists travel from around the world to see its grand halls and to walk its haunted grounds. Some leave with nothing more than photographs, others leave shaken by things they cannot explain. And so, the question remains: is the Myrtles Plantation truly cursed by the ghosts of its past? Or are its stories just legends, passed down and kept alive by fear? One thing is certain: whether you believe or not, the Myrtles is a place where the line between the living and the dead seems impossibly thin. If this story sent chills down your spine, don't forget to subscribe for more haunted histories and terrifying mysteries.